Back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on the Golf Talk Radio Network. So glad you guys are with us. Don't forget to check out healthiq.com today. Use code word Golf Talk. They're our podcast sponsor. Check them out. They'll get you a great rate. In the studio with us, we got Jim Delaby, PGA professional self-extraordinaire, Iron Byron fan, Babe Zaharis.
He's Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. We also have Mr. Dave Schimandle from slicksticks.com. Your key to better golf. You get a hold of Dave here at 805-598-9993. Get him set up on flight scope, adjusting loft and lies. Picking some new clubs, man. It's spring is here, so it's time.
Not quite spring.
It's coming.
It's like February 3rd.
I got to tell you.
February.
It's 80 degrees. It's 80 degrees outside.
It feels like summer. You're right. I'm sorry.
And look at the little buds on the trees and everything, man. Spring's here.
I'm sorry.
It's time.
I did mean to correct you.
It's time.
You're right.
But it's okay.
It is time. I got new grips finally.
I'm telling you.
I got a putter grip 3 times. So
your 4 or 5 putters?
One grip, 3 putters.
I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes I look at the funnier side of things. I'm kind of that way. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that.
Never,
ever.
But I'm going to be a little more serious right now because what I think is cool about this group here is we are 4 PGA professionals that are so different, but we all have the same mission and the same desire. We all want to help people improve. We're trying to grow the game. We're all instructors. But we have different ways of looking at things. And as I said in the beginning of the show, that I think it's very healthy. Just my theories or philosophies might be different than Mr. Inspector Gadget. Not to judge. But I think it's cool. So a lot of listeners, many times will comment, how do you fix it? What's the common thing is slicing? And whatever the common thing is, I think we've all seen a little bit of everything. So my question is to the panel, do we pick a topic or a golf skill and work on a certain fundamental of it? Or do we just give our favorite tips? How much time do we have, Mike?
We have 13 minutes.
So when we'll spin the pin. When it comes to you, you can pick whatever golf skill and fundamental you want and give your best tip ever on that. All right, so you can pick driving and slicing, and this is what I gave. Whatever you want. I'm not trying to lead the witnesses, so you pick, all right? So it's Dave.
Well, let's see. Vern Lundquist told me one time that you need to be athletic. And I think this...
Vern told you that?
Vern told me that, and I wrote it down.
That's awesome.
That's I love great.
But I think this game is way overtaught nowadays. That's what you guys were joking about. Spine, head, all that stuff. But it's true. People are thinking about all the little bitty pieces of the golf swing instead of just being athletic and trying to swing a club naturally as possible. You throw a ball or you swing a baseball bat.
Is it safe to say more instinctive versus...
That's a good way of saying it. That's a much better way of saying it.
I couldn't agree more with you. So that applies to all parts of the game.
Did you hear it from Vern, too?
I did call waiting with Vern.
He has?
That's good.
But I like the instinctive part because I think, personally, I totally agree that...
Well, we talked about how people
too
learn
many
how to
thinking
play
swing
golf.
versus playing shots.
And you talk about the kids and stuff like that, and my dad threw clubs at me. And but you know what? I learned how to play golf just by going to the golf course and knocking it around, playing horribly.
Exploration.
Yeah, exactly.
Trial and
error. God, I didn't have a professional lesson until I've been playing the game for years. So
I like so your advice, like I said, it goes through the whole gamut of the game. So be more instinctive, more natural.
Don't be afraid like
Less
that
is
lady
more.
you saw.
Poor little lady was
The lady on the course, that was sad.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm on more of a school of golf as you are. It's very similar. I think the exploration, but I would, to take some words from Johnny Miller, I heard, but I've used a lot, is brushing the grass. If people can learn to brush the grass with their club, as it's right at the bottom, and as long as it's brushing, no matter what the speed is, if it's a Mach 5 or really slow, as long as the club is brushing the grass at the bottom, I think they can play. So if I had one thing to teach, if it was on the putting green or if it was on the driving range, I'd make swings where the club is brushing the grass with balance, so keeping them in balance. So, but I really agree with the instinctive part, doing versus the telling, and letting himself explore. But and that goes right through the gamut of all the golf skills as well. So, I think Ben Hogan was one of the few that ever learned how to swing. Most of the greatest learned how to play. They all had different swings. If you look down the gamut of everybody, they had different swings. But Hogan learned swing so he could play. Most of them learned to play and just took their swing, whatever it was. But he was one of the few. He's one of the few that beat balls.
When he did it the other way around, he wasn't very good.
They used to call it the Misery Mountain or something, that they would go to fix issues.
Yeah.
No one wanted to go to the range. He was the one standing out there beating balls because he wanted to learn the swing. That was his brain and what he did it. And boy, did he learn to swing. But very few can do that. They, hit 700 balls in a day.
Oh, it's amazing.
So anyways, that's I would brush the grass. Very simple.
Very good.
Brush the grass.
I think that's interesting about Hogan because 1949, I believe, Pinehurst had the first driving range, and that's about 47 was his first book.
Yeah.
50, isn't that interesting?
It wasn't popular. The best
Correlation.
players, and no one hardly did it. The best players rarely went to the range unless there was something really going wrong. But
good point.
They played versus practiced. Nowadays, you can see it's turned into a whole other. I'm not sure if that's healthy or not. But if you notice, most of the top players all look the same. Mm-hmm. I mean, Spieth and Judge Thomas from a distance look like they're identical looking.
Yeah, there's not much originality. There's no uniqueness in the swings anymore.
There's a lot of robots out there.
You could look down the line years ago and tell who everybody was just by their swing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see.
There's Doug Sanders.
Now,
There's Jack.
There's Doug.
You have to watch how they come
There's
up.
Vern Lundquist.
There's Vern over there. Jerry Pate. There's Jerry. I mean, you could identify them. Now you have to really look carefully. Just look at whoever they're sponsoring.
Oh, they're walking up.
Oh, that's Callaway. That's got to be such and such. All right, Jim, what you got, man?
Well, I like what you said.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Why'd you put that timer in front of me?
That's
I know you like gadgets. I
I like
I'd
gadgets.
like to see it counting down.
Would you put a timer in front of me, please? So,
Mike's in charge over there.
Okay, all right. They got a card now. They're holding up, telling me how many minutes I have left.
Yeah, and you just took 2 of them, Jim. Go, Jim.
Wow.
So, you brush the teeth, brush the ground thing is great.
Brush the teeth?
Brush the ground. Because I was going to say brush the teeth.
It's because you're
Dental floss.
You're thinking of his first tee and the brushing.
Dental floss.
And swish later. Yes.
The first teeth program.
Yes.
So I'm thinking with Billy's, I just add the gate.
Look, he's
gate
got
to it.
stuff out already.
Oh, he's got
I add
gadgets.
the gate.
All right, so
I
we
just
got to
brush
have
the grass between two things. That's my favorite
So
drill.
you're going through the wall.
Actually, I just did that with the kids in the first tee with the tee on either side of the ball.
I agree.
Awesome.
It was great for club path, obviously.
So cool.
And brushing on you get 3 things. You get this boundary and that boundary in the ground.
You get 2 bottles
and the
of water,
grass.
and you can hydrate it at the same time.
Sip and nibble. I put a little candy bar
you
right there.
carry 2 bottles of water with
That's
you
right.
all the time.
4. 2.
So you're more of through impact. You're an impact guy, like clamp it. So what's happening at impact? That's kind of
and instinctive because I want them to learn what hit that one or hit that one. Why'd we do that? And you get a lot of feedback off of that. Plus, you brush the ground.
Do you use glass bottles ever?
Well, that's a good idea. Don't give me ideas like that.
Glass bottles.
And you have
Lightning
to play,
rods.
And
You had
have
to say
play,
that. You had to say that.
That would be so bad.
Martini glass is full, right? If you get without breaking them, you
That's
can
an
have
interesting idea.
one. Just give me credit.
Oh my
for it.
gosh.
But
I'm gonna get in trouble,
I like
Billy.
Dry, but not gin.
Okay.
Can't be gin. So.
I heard Vern Lundquist.
He was good with that.
Hey, did Vern make the call on Tiger Woods' shot at the Masters, the 16th?
Was he the one that did that?
Was he the one who did that when Tiger hit the pitch shot
Dropped
and then
the
it
wrong
rolled up?
place.
It sat there and then it rolled into the cup.
The Nike commercial?
Yeah, was that Vern?
Have you ever? Oh, sorry.
Well, we know he did the
That was
necklace. We know when he made that putt.
Here, hang on
86.
a second. I just found it.
86
Hang on.
Masters.
Let's see real
Mike,
quick.
That was yes,
Yes, sir.
That's the one I like.
And this is extremely difficult. This is one of the
Yes,
toughest
sir.
pitches on the entire place here. He's got to put this well. You can see him looking up the slope.
looking up.
He's almost got to put it up to where you saw Trevor Immelman's ball
That
come
landing?
from
That
to get it close.
Well, I am reminded of Davis Love here 4 or 5 years ago when he pitched in.
Yeah, he's a little bit further up, I think, than Davis was.
Yes, he is.
Got the same basic kind of shot. He's going to have to get it close.
Maybe
He's going to
says
have to
my
put it
name.
up
What the
into
heck?
the slope, though, somewhat. And, of course, it's made a lot tougher by having that second cut right behind the ball.
Tiger's famous shot in
It
Augusta.
almost forces
The
him,
Nike commercial is David.
I think, to put
Yeah,
it back
tribute
and
to
have to
Vern.
hit a low shot. He
For Jim
cannot put it up
Delaby.
in the air
Hit it yet?
with the second cut that
getting ready.
goes behind the
Hit it
ball.
up the slope.
There he goes.
Here we go.
He's
You can
come.
see him putting it back in his stance right here and picking the club up like he's going to hit right down on it.
And he's picked out a landing spot that is a good 25 feet above the hole.
There's a good chance he doesn't get this inside the mark of the ball.
I bet he makes it, guys.
Think so?
I got a feeling.
With a Nike swoosh.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
Right before. When I saw it, I said, that'll be a commercial. And it was the next day.
There we go. It's it.
Well, here it comes. Oh, my goodness. In your life, have you seen anything like that?
Dude, you got that guy on your team, Jim.
In your life.
Lundquist.
That's awesome.
You know what's funny, Mike, when you replayed that, you and I sat right on the other side of the pond, right there, about 10 feet from where you hit that shot.
I know, isn't that crazy? It's
We
amazing.
were 10
It's a great
feet, not
spot.
that
It's amazing.
day,
Bottom of the golf course.
We were right.
Absolutely
You know that, right?
amazing.
Bottom of the golf course.
We were there, baby.
It's a lake.
So you got your water bottles, Jim.
I got him. Thank you.
So that's your gig?
That's my gig.
Okay, I like that.
Through the
Teas.
I like it.
Martini teas, like martinis.
I like it a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate the compliment.
I would say right now where I'm at right now with the golf and all that. I think what's really important is finding your stance. I think it's finding your width of stance, finding your posture, and I think that's huge because until people have an understanding of finding that, they can't learn anything. And what I mean by that is most people's stances are usually way too wide, and you can't be athletic, like you're saying. You just can't be athletic if you're way too wide. It just does not work.
How often do you make a player's stance wider?
Hardly ever.
Seldom.
Little kids will stand really close.
Yes,
Yes.
very true.
Little kids go tiny because they're and then they'll start to get bigger when they get confidence. But it's true. I just gave a lesson just to a little 10-year-old yesterday or Saturday, whatever day it was, a week ago, and she didn't have an athletic stance. The knees were locked, standing feet close together, kind of bent over. And I said, "Are you comfortable?" And she's just nervous,
Yeah.
So we just talked. So athletic stance was athletic position was what.
Yeah, and it's more, like
she started killing it.
I think about when people swing a club. I mean, we all have feel, and then there's the whole part of you have feel, but then how do you know? Like, how do you find that thing that you're always searching for? Like, if you guys think about when you're playing and when things go wrong with our swings, I mean, for the most part, when it's wrong with me, it's ball position, it's posture, and it's stance. And it might be grip pressure.
Me, it's tempo.
And those things, if my stance is wrong, as far as with the stance, my grip pressure gets bad, I can't rotate through the ball, I can't do the basic things. And when you have someone go, okay, hit a ball with your feet about a foot apart. Okay, hit the ball with your feet a couple feet apart. What feels better? What was the result of the shot? What do you like? And then they can explore from there, because what's so cool about it is you can talk about it in a lesson, and then you go have fun. Try it. If you have to mark in the ground with a couple tees, taken from Jim's thing, but you put the tees on the either side of your foot when you felt like that was the width, the stance with my irons.
And
perfect.
And if you brush the grass instinctively,
exactly,
we would have the four of us. We'd have Vern Lindquist as a player.
We would.
One thing Jimmy does, I've seen him do, is he'll put a tee in the ground and tell somebody, he said, take your practice swing and hit the tee. And then he'll put a ball on top of a tee and say, "Don't keep from being ball bound."
I bet you.
Yeah.
And then he'll put a ball on top of a tee and say, "Don't worry about the ball, just hit the tee."
I would bet you.
That's a good lesson.
But I bet you use the word
Thank you, Dick.
clip the tee, not hit the tee.
Clip the tee.
I bet you say clip.
Well,
You say clip.
he's
Sorry,
right.
I do say clip.
Of course you do.
Instead of hit.
Because,
Because you want to clip it.
I want to clip.
Different
I
meaning.
want to clip.
You want to clip it. You don't
Number
want to
two.
hit it because you could go straight down like a
Number three.
sledgehammer and hit
Number
it.
three.
Yeah.
Whack!
Yeah.
But you clip it has a whole different sound.
Yeah.
Clip
That makes
is-
sense.
I like clip.
That'll be $30. We'll see you next week.
Or you might have a special guest, Vern
Did you notice
Lundquist.
no one mentioned spine? Out of the
Yes.
four of us. You came close to mentioning spine, but not bad. But I think it's pretty cool. I think I would take a lesson from all of you guys.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Jim. Jim's got a lot of gadgets.
I have taken lessons from all you guys.
It's like
I
Tin
have too.
Cup.
Yeah.
It's like Tin Cup when you go to him. You know the Tin Cup
Yeah.
out there with having all
when he was in the trailer?
Yeah, he's all got the vests on and you're hooked to the wires and he's shocking you going.
I still have in my Giants
am
room.
kidding.
I still have the grip print that Jim
grip
made
print?
for me in my Giants room. I still
I have
use
a
it.
new one for you, a new training aid.
Tell me.
So, a dog collar on the neck,
The perfect.
and no matter where they are, hey,
So if they
get that spike. Did I not tell you?
Spike.
I'm on the other side of the
Shocking.
ring.
So come to Jim's shocking lessons. Shocking improvement.
Shocking. You'll be shocked at your improvement.
At your improvement.
You'll be shocked at how quick you'll
If you
improve.
don't have good outcomes. I bet it worked. Did with Pavlov.
All right, guys, we got to round it out.
Remember, I don't have him on my foursome.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great show.
It was a fun show.
There's a lot of PGA.
Very fun, guys.
Really
A lot of
fun.
PGA in this room.
Yes, there is. You can almost smell it.
You can smell it. It smells
Kind of
like
warm in here.
It smells like PGA happening in here.
But there's too much
All right, who
laughter.
PGA?
PGA.
Somebody PGA.
Got to thank a couple other partners of ours, Patrons Caddy. The 2018 Masters just around the corner. You guys still have time if you want to book a trip to the Masters 2018. Use the patronscaddy.com. Talk to Chris Rigby. They have over 14 years of experience taking groups to the Masters. Their turnkey experience from when you step off the plane to when you get back on the plane is absolutely unbelievable. They'll take care of you from A to Z. Check out the patronscaddy.com. Don't forget also about Vegas Golf The Game, the number one selling golf game in the world, at vegasgolfthegame.com. And thank you again to all of our partners, McGalley Health Group, The Hangar, Practice with a Purpose, TaylorMade Golf, Slick Sticks, Mr. Dave Schimandle in the studio here. Awesome Dave today. 805-598-9993. Give Dave a call today. Sundale Country Club, McPhee's Grill, Pass Robles Golf Club, Mighty Green Organic Carpet Cleaners, and Nikki Anderson Realtor. And then Jim,
God, we must be getting rich.
how do they get a hold of you?
805-478-5723, Monarch Dunes Golf Course.
Sweet.
I have a
Oh,
disclaimer.
Monarch Dunes
I
is
have
having a
disclaimer.
USGA qualifier.
I have a
coming
quick-
up.
That's true.
Nice. We got 30
I have
seconds.
a quick disclaimer.
Yes.
I would absolutely take a lesson from you, Jim. I was teasing when I said I wouldn't take a lesson from you. I think you're an amazing instructor.
I love you.
So when I said I wouldn't, I was totally kidding. Although, let's keep it on course, everybody. Join us next week.
Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you next week.
Thank you for listening to Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Be sure to visit our partners on the web, TaylorMade Golf, Slick Sticks, PasoRoblesGolfClub.com, McPhee'sGrill.com, and McGowie Health Group, and Nikki Anderson Realtor. Visit the Golf Talk Radio website, golftalkradio.com, to listen to free podcasts and to download the Golf Talk Radio phone app. Follow GTR on Facebook or Twitter. Join us again next week for more local, national, and world golf events, as well as golf trivia and special guests on the Golf Talk Radio Network.